Donald Trump was stunned into silence this morning. Usually we'll see him posting over and over again on his social media platform or sending emails to his supporters. No such post this morning. The last post was about 14 hours ago. This as more information was released by The Atlantic about the leak of war plans on a Signal group thread where the top Department of Defense officials, top national security officials, top military officials, top Trump officials were sending each other emojis as they put actual war plans in the messages, highly classified information. Yesterday, of course, you had Tulsi Gabbard, Director of National Intelligence, John Ratcliffe, head of the CIA, and others say there was no war plans, no attack plans, nothing classified. The Atlantic released more information, and you can see right here that Pete Hegseth, the defense secretary, put the exact sequencing of the entire operation and the types of aircraft that would be used to conduct these strikes all before the operation took place, putting the lives of our fighter pilots and other assets at risk. Details like this, as Sabrina Singh say, are highly classified. Just take a look at what Hegseth posted. Team update. Time now, 11:44. Weather is favorable. Just confirmed with CENTCOM. We are a go for mission launch. 12:15 Eastern Time. F-18s launch. First strike package. 13:45. Trigger base. F-18 first strike window starts. Target terrorist is at his known location, so should be on time. Also, strike drones launch MQ-9s. More F-18s launch at 14:10. 14:15 we'll do strike drones on target. This is when the first bombs will definitely drop, pending earlier trigger-based targets. At 15:36, the F-18 second strike starts. Also, first sea-based Tomahawks are launched. So now that this has been released, because that piece was not released yesterday, so the Trump regime went out and they were like denying, or saying nothing was classified, even though what was already released was classified. And then The Atlantic dropped that. It also just shows how just reckless and negligent the Trump regime is, even at the cover-up itself. So now what the Department of Defense is going with is that, look, The Atlantic is backpedaling, because the title of the Atlantic article from this morning about those new messages I just shared with you are, here are the attack plans that Trump advisors shared on Signal. The administration has downplayed the importance of the text messages inadvertently sent to The Atlantic's editor-in-chief. So the Department of Defense is going, aha, the Atlantic is now saying that these are attack plans and not war plans. So clearly they're not war plans. Look, The Atlantic is taking it all back. As our editor-in-chief, Ron Filipkowski, goes, this is really the lame-ass defense that the Trump regime is going with, that they were attack plans and not war plans. And then all these MAGA influencers are doing that as well. They're highlighting the part of the Atlantic headline that says attack plans, like Sean Parnell goes, it's no surprise the hoax peddlers at the Atlantic have already abandoned their war plans claim. These additional Signal chat messages confirm there were no classified materials or war plans shared. The secretary was merely updating the group on the plan. That's as classified of information as you can get. So then Tulsi Gabbard, moments ago, as again, Trump was in silence, Tulsi Gabbard testifying before the House Intelligence Committee, and now she's backpedaling and kind of throwing Hegseth under the bus, because yesterday she said there was no classified information, no attack plans, it was just basic communication, which it wasn't what we saw yesterday. So here's what she's going with now. Watch as she throws others under the bus. Play this clip.
Yes, Ranking Member. My answer yesterday was based on my recollection, or the lack thereof, on the details that were posted there. I was not, and what was shared today reflects the fact that I was not directly involved with that part of the Signal chat, and replied at the end, reflecting the effects, the very brief effects that the National Security Advisor had shared.
So it's your testimony that less than 2 weeks ago, you were on a Signal chat that had all of this information about F-18s and MQ-9 Reapers and targets on strike, and you in that 2 week period simply forgot that that was there. That's your testimony?
My testimony is I did not recall the exact details of what was included there.
That was not your testimony. Your testimony was that you were not aware of anything related to weapons packages, targets, and timing.
As the testimony yesterday continued on, there were further questions related to that, where I acknowledged that there was a conversation about weapons, and I don't remember the exact wording that I used, but I did not recall the specific details that were included.
Director Gabbard.
And again, I just want to show you what she said yesterday so you can now compare. After also you've seen for yourself, I've read for you the text messages that give an operational plan of when targets are going to be hit and which military assets are going to be used. Here's what she said yesterday to the Senate. So the first one I showed you was today in the House of Representatives. Now I'm showing you yesterday in the Senate. Play this clip.
Contact the defense secretary or others after this specific military planning was put out and say, hey, we should be doing this in a skiff?
There was no classified material that was shared in that.
So then if
signal
there was no
check.
classified material, share it with the committee. You can't have it both ways. These are important jobs. This is our national security. Bobbing and weaving and trying to, filibuster your answer. So please answer the question.
So then Tulsi Gabbard claims that while she was traveling, she was on this text message thread, even though she refuses to acknowledge also, I think that she says she now realizes she was on the text message thread at the end. I don't even know what she's saying. But she was in a foreign country when this was taking place, and now she refuses to say which foreign country. She says she doesn't remember the country she was in when these messages were sent. Watch her. Play this clip.
The time Mr. Witkoff was actually in Russia during this chat discussion, was he not?
I was not aware of that.
Was he on his personal phone at the time?
I don't know.
Well, it's my understanding that he was indeed in Russia. Director Gabbard, you were also traveling during this discussion, correct?
Yes.
And where were you?
I was traveling through the Asia Pacific region. I don't recall which country I was in at that time.
You don't remember the country?
I'd have to go back and look at the schedule.
So you may know this about me, but I'm a new father. And with everything that's going on in the world, if I wasn't already in protect my family mode, I'm particularly so with all the uncertainty taking place right now. So look, I'm focused on life insurance. So I don't just protect my family now, but I protect them in the future. And so for me, when I go think about life insurance, I want to make sure that I'm getting the best. That's why I go to Select Quote. Select Quote is one of America's leading insurance brokers with nearly 40 years of experience, helping over 2 million customers find over several hundred billions of dollars in coverage since 1985, which is the year I was born. Other life insurance brokers offer impersonal, one-size-fits-all policies that may cost you more and cover you less. But with Select Quote's licensed insurance agents, they work for you and they'll tailor a life insurance policy for your individual needs in as little as 15 minutes. And that's what they did for me. So another thing, too, if you're worried about pre-existing health conditions, if you're worried about high blood pressure or diabetes, that's fine, too. Just give Select Quote a call. They'll walk you through it, and they'll make this a very easy and seamless process. And they'll ease your mind the way they did for me. So get the right life insurance for you for less at selectquote.com/Meidas. Go to selectquote.com/Meidas today to get started. That's selectquote.com/Meidas. So then Congressmember Himes, the Democratic ranking member of the committee, we've had him on the MeidasTouch Network before. I'm going to have him on the MeidasTouch Network this week and ask him questions about this as well for everybody. So I want to get his take on it. But he asks Tulsi Gabbard, why are you retweeting Russian propaganda? Your personal accounts are retweeting RT, which is literally the Russian propaganda network, and you repost it over and over again. Do you think that it's responsible for you as the director of national intelligence for the United States of America to be reposting Russian propaganda? And then Tulsi Gabbard is like, I have a First Amendment right. What I do on my personal account, I'm going to do. It's my First Amendment right to post Russian propaganda. For real. This is what she says. Let's play it.
You, on March 15th, as DNI, retweeted a post from Ian Miles Chong, who is listed on RT, that's Russia Today's website, as, quote, a political and cultural commentator who has contributed content to RT since at least 2022. Director Gabbard, do you think that it's responsible for you as head of the intelligence community and the principal presidential intelligence advisor to retweet posts from individuals affiliated with Russian state media?
That retweet came from my personal account, and I would have to go back to look at the substance of the tweet.
Can I, just so that we don't have a lack of confusion amongst our allies and enemies and us, can I act perhaps that you not think that you should be saying one thing on your personal account than you say officially?
I maintain my First Amendment rights to be able to express my own personal views on different issues.
Thank you. I yield back.
So while that was going on today, take a look at some other headlines throughout the nation. From the Wall Street Journal, corporate America's euphoria over Trump's golden age is giving way to distress. Headline from the Wall Street Journal. CEOs and investors are fretting over what they see as whipsaw policy changes and complacency about the risks of recession. Now, this follows the Wall Street Journal post on November 6, 2024, after the election, when the Wall Street Journal's headline was, Wall Street salivates over a new Trump boom. Wednesday's epic post-election rally augurs big, lucrative opportunities, investors and analysts say. Come on, you're the Wall Street Journal. Trump bankrupted almost everything he's touched in his life. He's bankrupted more companies than everyone. Like, you have to know the guy's an idiot and he's going to continue to bankrupt things. He is a bankrupter. He is a destroyer. He is a fraud. He is a criminal. He is a felon. Just wake the hell up. This is not complicated analysis. The guy's a sexual predator, felon, disgusting, vile bankrupter. Like, it's easy. And juries have found that. And then in February, the headline was, the mood of the American consumer is souring. And now, how bad is it? The economic vibes are about as bad as you get right now. As bad as you get. Consumer confidence is falling to almost all-time lows at this point. I mean, we haven't seen confidence this low since about, 2013-ish. And the month-over-month declines are clear signs that not just a recession, but potentially a great recession or a massive depression is coming, just based on the consumer confidence drop. What are the MAGA Republicans saying about all of this? Well, you have MAGA Republican Congress member Dan Crenshaw. By the way, he was a Navy SEAL, but now he has to bend the knee to Trump and MAGAism and behave like a freaking buffoon. And he's like, I just want to say, when I kill the terrorists, I always use fire emojis and fist bump emojis. When I kill terrorists, that's what I do. Here, play this clip.
In here, good to see many of you again, and thank you for enduring 2 long days. I will note I always use fire emojis when I see terrorists getting killed. And I want to talk about cartel.
I mean, these are parodies of parodies of parodies at this point. Another headline this morning from Reuters. U.S. government can face default risk as soon as August without debt ceiling increase, Congressional Budget Office estimates. China is expressing solemn concerns on U.S. tariffs, and they're now considering reciprocal tariffs. Additional news. Remember the lawsuit that was filed against all of the individuals in that Signal group chat for violating the Public Records Act and the Presidential Records Acts and all of the things that say you can't communicate that way. The group American Oversight filed that lawsuit against the Trump administration. You know what judge it was assigned to randomly? Judge Boasberg. Yep, the same Judge Boasberg, federal judge, Washington, D.C., who Donald Trump has been consistently attacking over and over again and saying that, oh, that judge, issued an injunction against the Trump regime kidnapping people and sending them to concentration camps in El Salvador. That judge now got this new case assigned to him regarding the Records Act violations. I do want to share with you this, though, because now that I've showed you all of this, Here's what Pete Hegseth said yesterday while he was in Hawaii, that nobody was texting war plans. Play this clip.
As I also stated yesterday, nobody's texting war plans. And that's all I have to say about that.
So those same troops that you are proud of, do you regret putting information like the ones you did in the signal chat that could endanger those same American service members?
Nobody's texting war plans. I know exactly what I'm doing, exactly what we're directing, and I'm really proud of what we accomplished. A success.
And finally, we're seeing unity like never before amongst Greenlanders to fend off the United States as Trump continues to say he wants to annex Greenland, and he keeps attacking Greenland and making aggressive moves towards Greenland. Remember how yesterday I reported how Usha Vance, J.D. Vance's wife, and the National Security Advisor Mike Waltz were going to Greenland? Well, now J.D. Vance wants to go to Greenland as well. He's going to be there as part of an effort to try to conquer it and take it over, whatever the hell the Trump regime is doing. This has Europe pissed. Greenland's part of the territory, is a territory in Denmark. Denmark's pissed. Greenlanders are pissed. Greenland hates this. And 96% of Greenlanders do not want this. And they say no means no. Get the hell out of here, you freaking abusers. We don't want America here. Get out. That's what's going on today. We'll keep you posted with more here on the MeidasTouch Network. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 5 million subscribers.
Can't get enough Meidas? Check out the Meidas Plus Substack for ad-free articles, reports, podcasts, daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, and more. Sign up for free now at MeidasPlus.com.